Hello and welcome to YouTube Live, Johnny Boys Live for a couple of hours only, till about 7ish, I reckon. Sunday night. Welcome to those that are going to pop on and see me live. Welcome to those that watch this after the live. What have I got here? It's not what you think it is. It's a little it's an imitation Dremel. Just been polishing up my little. I'll show you in a minute actually what I've been polishing. Do you want to put some lights on? Alexa, turn on the ceiling.
Okay.
One's playing up. I said they're working now. Good. I'll unplug this. This is a little mini Dremel with a little polishing wheel on the end. I've been polishing something up. Bit of a dick actually. I bloody marked it with a collet on the edge there. On the edge. Oops, I'll show you that in a minute. Let's get rid of this. Let's pour myself a beer. One person watching so far. A bit of a weird time to come on live, I know, but I thought I'm going to have a beer. Hey, James, mate. How you doing, buddy? You're the only guy here. I was going to have a beer. I'm down a little bar for a couple of hours till about 7. And I was going to do a little video. And I thought I might as well go live for 5 minutes, half hour, an hour. So, put that to one side. Grab myself a pint glass. Back inside of the project earlier. I'm guessing the only person that's mentioned the project to me today is the darts board surround, if that's the one. Maybe I'll try and put it football. So when is football finished? How you doing, Silver Garden Brewery? Your bar's looking nice, mate. Trying to poach my subscriber, Barry. I noticed the other day. Only kidding. My brother-in-law Barry's got is the one with the shed converted into a Johnny H. How you doing, bud? Brother-in-law Bazza is the one with the shed converted into. Well, it's a new shed actually. He's bought a shed for himself and he's built himself a little brewery set up down there. He's got well into it. I did a beer a year or so ago. I've not done one since a homebrew. I've got all the gear. I'm really pushed for time lately, so I've still got one to do actually. I keep meaning to do that. So and then Bazza watched my video, and he bought a kit that did that. Then he bought one of his pinter machines that did that. Then he bought all his beer grain stuff. Done all that, and he's gone mad. He's got this shed in the garden. He's got all what he looks nuts. I've got to go around in a couple of weeks and film him, but he didn't want me to film him off the cuff. He wanted me to film him later on when he's had a couple of tries, a couple of practices. Is the women's football finished? I was enjoying that. I can't find it on TV at the moment. Can't find it. It's gone. I need to watch a little bit of football. I was here. Right, I'm gonna get a pint. I got the old favourite next to me. Still got that poxy cough for a little while. It's going, almost gone. Let's grab a glass. I know this is not arranged or pre-arranged, rather, so I'm not expecting loads of people here tonight. Just thought I'd pop on for 5 minutes. As I said, I was going to do a little video. So, what was the video going to be about? I was going to do a little video about my. I was talking the other week. Hang on, let's get a drink first. Let's get a bloody glass. Heineken glass. That'll do. A bit tall, isn't it? That is a tall glass. Sit in a different place tonight. Heineken glass. Let's see if this machine's working. This is a Stella unfiltered. This is the out of date one. The second one, the other one went off a bit. Looking all right. It's not as good as Silver Garden Brewery, no doubt. Have a little smell first. Never can tell that. There's a bit of a. That smells all right. Never can tell that bloody Stella unfiltered. There's a slight different taste to this, but it's quite nice and cold. First one of the day. Excuse me. I'm out for a couple of hours, I think, till about 7ish. So I've got a couple of hours to chill out. There's no football on. Actually, I could put that repeat game on, couldn't I? I suppose. What's that? Match of the day. A little bit of background I can watch while I'm turn it down. How's that rugby? Don't any sound and talk over that sound because I'll get told off. Does this work on the telly? I'm not sure. Yeah, that'll do. Oh no, it's match of the day. It's a bit of everything in it, obviously. Not the first Man City, Chelsea, Southampton, blah blah blah. Liverpool. Couldn't read that quick enough. How you all doing, people? Who's having a beer? Anyone? I'm only on for a couple of hours. Yeah, so Barry's bought this. My brother Barry's got this shed now. He's doing all this homebrew. If you want to pop on and say hello to myself and a few other subscribers that are into beers and stuff like that, feel free to join us at the Facebook little group we've got. It's a bit quiet there. That'll do. It's a bit quiet on the Facebook group. It's not like, which ain't a bad thing. I'm admin of a little village one. It goes a bit mental sometimes. There's a village one, you know, dog poo, usual stuff. You probably get it in every area you go to. Dog poo, fireworks, blah, blah, blah. Car parks wrong. So I said, bloody night with that one. So at least my little Facebook group's quieter. Too bright in here or a bit too? Alexa, turn on strip light.
Okay.
I think that puts a little bit of a... Alexa, turn off ceiling.
Okay.
That one's... Oh, it's playing, they were playing up over there, weren't they? Is that better? Got a few lines across the screen, but that's all right. Time to put another log on the fire and settle in. I don't know if that means settle in or settle out. Settle in your bar. Cheers, Seal Gardens Brewery, mate. Happy brewing. This is not home brew, unfortunately. Yeah, my brother-in-law's well into Seal Garden Brewery. Has been talking to him on the Facebook group, the Life of John Facebook group. Brother-in-law's well into his home brew at the moment. He's bought his grain machine thing and all that. So in a couple of weeks' time, I think I'll be going around and filming him. He didn't want me to do a video straight away because he wanted to settle in and do a few trial ones first. But I think he's got the hang of it. It's quite technical. It's done well to read up. I suppose he's got to read up on it and all that and go on a few Facebook groups. And cheers. Cheers, Seal Gardens Brewery. Cheers, Johnny H. Cheers, James Langley. Back inside the project earlier. Yes, yeah, James made a dartboard to round out of pallets. Well, I saw it earlier. But I reckon if you stain that or varnish that up, because he's got different coloured wood, I reckon that'll come up quite nice. In the last live I did a couple of weeks ago, I was only on off the cuff on this one, so there won't be many people here. I might put it on Facebook, actually, because the software I'm using at the moment, I used to pay a subscription for it, but I didn't really use it enough. When you pay the subscription, you can get rid of the logo in the top right corner, or your left and my right. And when you pay the subscription, you can stream it live to YouTube, Facebook, I think LinkedIn, or a few other places at once. The software I'm using at the moment, it's the same software, but I'm not paying a subscription because I wasn't using it enough, so I cancelled the subscription. Let me just put a little notice on here. I've cancelled the subscription to this software, so you can only go live, stream it live to one place. And as you've noticed tonight, it's oh right, Jones has messaged me. Well, he's put it on Facebook actually. Gonna make the doors out of his lad's old bed slats, so we'll be interested to see how it turns out. Unheld by the hinges. Yeah, it'll be all right. It's all about upcycling, recycling, saving money at the moment, mate, especially at the moment. At least someone's down a pub. What match you watching, Mark? I'm looking for a match to watch, mate. I can't find anything. I thought the women's was on, but I was sitting indoors watching TV, and I thought, should I mention the joke? One of the players' surname's Knobs. And I thought there's a joke there somewhere. I thought, no, it's so sexist. You can't do it anymore. I mean, she went in. I was going to mention something about great tackle. She went in hard. Knobs went in hard. But I thought, no, you can't. It's not fun anymore, is it? You know what I mean? You're not allowed to do that anymore. I noticed Hemp was on the match. Hemp was playing as well. She went off. Spurs, West Ham. What channel's that on, buddy? Bear in mind, I'm all legit at the moment. For those... But I haven't got that. I bet that's on bloody BT or something. I've got BT. Oh, what have I done? Wrong button. What have I done? Let me have a look. What's it on, bud? What's it on? Come back to me quick. It ain't on here, but I've got BT. It ain't on this bloody... It ain't on this bloody thing, is it? Or is it on normal TV? Sky Sports. No, I can't watch that then. That's a shame. I've got no, I'm all legit at the moment. Well, I've always been legit. Always been legit. In our last, thank you people. Sky Sports, I've given that one a miss then, I'm afraid. For now, it's a shame. I'll have to get, I'll have to look into that. I'll have to get some Sky, won't I? From somewhere. On the live the other week, I think it was last week before, a couple of hours ago actually. Was it last week? Might have even been last week. I mentioned about being a tight, not tight really, but I thought it'd be a bit of a laugh to go down the pub with a hip flask. Bit old fashioned. Or are they hip flasks? Are they old fashioned? And I've got a couple of hip flasks that I was bought for me years ago, and I'm going to get them show you out in a minute. And if you're on my Facebook group, you would have seen the on my Facebook group, you would have seen the yeah, I've got Sky Sports down there, Johnny. Well, I ain't got Sky Sports anymore. In actual fact, I just unbolted the dish the other day. Bit of an eyesore, rusty old thing. Well, the lad, I sorting out my yeah, we don't talk about that sort of stuff, Johnny boy. I've not renewed mine yet. Yeah, I've got a friend who does all that. It's another story. I took the Sky dish down. If you watch one of my other videos about my beer gun missing, I was up with the ladder on the flat roof at the front, fitting some cameras left, right, and centre. So while I was there, I thought I'll get with that bloody Sky dish. Cheers, Mark. So I got the Sky dish down. A bit of an eyesore, I got rid of that. It's out of the way now. But I moved some cameras about, so I'm ready to catch the beer thieves. The other week, last week or the week before, I was talking about some hip flasks and a little wee dram down the pub for a bit of a laugh. Instead of paying pub prices. Bit naughty, I know, but I thought it was only a bit of a laugh. Evening, Sir Brown. How you doing, buddy? I'm only on till about 7. Pre-warning people, so, and I'm just sitting here talking garbage. Basically, I popped down my little bar tonight for a couple of pints off the cuff. I've not arranged it. I should arrange it. When I pre-arrange my lives, it puts you under more pressure, and you got to sort of think of stuff what to say, and you got to be there on time, and you got to make a bit of an effort, blah blah. I quite like just popping down off the cuff. I came down to do a little video about something I want to talk about in a minute. Sometimes, like I said to Mrs. Sometimes instead of standing there with my video camera and filming it and editing it and uploading it and fading in and out and doing like cuts, sometimes it's quicker. Just come down, do a live, have a beer, have a chat, talk crap, and it's done. Hello, mate. How you doing, Parry? Parry's Tavern. So, we mentioned the other day hip flasks. All right, mate. How you doing? Hip flasks. I'm not allowed. I can't use the word pike either because there's too many snowflakes about. I've just been watching actually Clarkson earlier, and I'm not allowed to say the word pike anymore. So, what word can I use substitute for that? Tight? No, I'm not being tight. Well, I am being tight. Anyway, we were talking the other week about using a hip flask. Beer's going through the roof. And I go out with my mates, and sometimes we have a little nightcap of whiskey down the pub. And because I've got a little bit of a whiskey collection going on now, I try to think I know about whiskey. I don't know anything about whiskey. I just pretend. But I do know, well, I say I don't know anything about whiskey, but when I start recognising names now, so when I go out for a meal, or I'm in a pub, and at the end of the evening, I can actually, you know, when I say Ardbeg, Glenlivet, Dewar, Dingston, blah, I'm looking at the ones, that sounds good, but I look at the ones on my shelf here now. I actually sort of know the names, and I sort of know what they taste like now, you know? I know if that peaty, not peaty, blah, blah, blah. So I sort of know what I'm doing. But they're going up and up in price. Anyway, I mentioned the other week about hip flasks. Did you see my Facebook post on the Life of John Facebook page? Then I got to myself thinking, I thought, I've got some hip flasks. So I thought, I'm going to show you guys, ladies and lasses, my hip flasks. Now, this is one I got years ago. I don't know why. I washed the cards today. I've not done a lot today. I'll have my date of birth on there. I think my parents bought me this one. This is a stainless steel one. This is 6 ounces. It's like a leather-coated stainless steel one with my initials on the front. It's quite nice. I think that's what they call a captive lid. My dad bought me that, bless him. I think it's my 40th birthday, so that wasn't long ago. My mum and dad bought me that. Then I found the other one that my darling Gillian bought me, which is nice. And I looked it up. That's stainless steel. And I looked it up. I was looking up the hallmark. Well, it's not hallmark. It's a pewter mark or something. They call it something different. Quite interesting, really. I can't remember solid what I looked up. But this is a nice one. Now this one, hang on. So you got ARW. I'm not sure if you can. The mark at the bottom there. You got on the left of your right. You got ARW, which is Arnold something Wentworth, the guy that started making these flasks, this particular flask. Then the next sign there, 92. I think it's 92% tin, or the other way around. They used to make that tin and lead. Now obviously there's no lead, something like that. The next sign there, I couldn't work out what it was. It's a horse with a little fishy tail. It's meant to be like a seahorse. That's the master craftsman of pewter or something. There's 3 emblems that they can put on: initials, 2 lots of initials, or that sign there. That sign, that means that one of the better pewter manufacturers. And last but not least, on the very far side there, you'll see a crosshatch sign. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a crosshatch, load of like sheep knives type things. That means it's from Sheffield. So I like that. That's a nice little and that was for my 40th, which was 9 years ago. And the rest. So that's nice. That has got a captive lid. Now, for some reason, sitting around bored the other day, I was flicking through eBay, and I saw this little Glenfiddich flask, and it had the sizes with it and all that, but it was a mini flask, hip flask. Well, that's nice, that's cute. I love that. So I put a bid on it, I put an offer on it, I got the offer accepted. And it came through the post the other day. I've just been polishing it up, and I'm not sure. Oh, I've got a mouthful beer, hang on. I've still got a bit of a cough, sorry people. Cheers, that's nice. So, if you go on my Facebook group, you're all welcome. So you got that flask there. It's not got a size on that actually. So the other one was whatever it was, and then you got that one there, which is pewter. That's nice, that is. And then you got one. I saw this one on eBay, and I thought that looks nice. I didn't even take. I polished it up. I've been polishing it up, trying to clean it today. I didn't take much notice of the size of it. I knew it was a mini one. So I bought myself this off eBay, and it came through the other day. So that's the one, you know, standard size. And then I got this one. Ta-da! Now I knew it was going to be small, but I didn't know it was going to be that frigging small. Excuse my dirty nails, because I've been washing the cars. I mean, it's cute though. I like it. It's got the Glenfiddich little logo on it. I've been on YouTube and the internet, as you do, trying to work out how to clean pewter. Much to my other half's dismay, I mixed up a bowl of flour with some vinegar, the other type of vinegar, not normal vinegar. I can't remember the name now of the vinegar. I can't remember what it's called. And then some salt, and you mix that as a paste in a little bowl, and then I dip that in it, and then you're meant to leave it an hour and then clean it off, and it's meant to be sparkling, but that never bloody works as usual. It's a load of ball. But it's a bit pitted, I must admit. I polished it up with a little polishing wheel. If you watch the beginning of this video, you'll see I had a little imitation Dremel over there. I found out in my shed. And I got some polishing wheels. This is 1 ounce. It just says it on the bottom there, fine pewter. This is 1 ounce. But it's a Glenfiddich, single malt Glenfiddich Scotch whiskey. I quite bloody like that. Isn't she cute? There, you can read that. It's quite nice. So I've sort of been polishing up when I've been in between washing the cars. It's a little bit pitted on the side and the lid. Well, not pitted. It just needs a proper. That's hard to show you there. Look. So there you go. So I thought I'd come out and mention my flasks. I just want to go back to the other one, because I think that was 6 ounces. So there's your standard size flask. Which this is stainless steel. This is quite nice. I'm not sure what's more expensive, pewter or excuse me, 6 ounces or pewter, sorry, or stainless steel. I mean, these are old. They've been in my box for ages. As shine as you like. And that's your mini one. Look at that. It's cute though. I like it. So this is 6 ounces. That's 1 ounce. But I'm not sure if that's collectible, because that's tiny. I've never seen one like it before. So although I was a bit I knew it was mini or small, but I never actually read the measurements on the Facebook. And then it came through. I thought, bloody hell. Luckily, I never paid too much for it. But it's cute, isn't it? Look. I quite like it. Spurs West Ham. I know, Mark. What's the hang on, let me just. Oh, sorry, I missed that first post. How come, Mark? So I'm not reading down. I'm not scrolling down. Silly sod. Oh, hang on, right. Pies for watching the match with a few pints. Hope you're feeling better. Get it there, mate. Yes, I missed that for some reason. Like Sky Sports, Sky Sports, Sky Sports, Sky Sports, IPTV, Sky Sports. It's a brown evening. All right, John. Right. Any new additions to bar, John, or anything planned? Not at the moment. No, absolutely nothing at the moment. I've tidied it right up. Although it's getting a bit messy again. Well, not messy. I'm getting a few boxes here and there. I'm not sure what to do about this screen at the back. I'll need some more. I need some more bloody before the summer's here. I need some more nibbles. I've got nuts there. My little grandson has got a nut allergy, believe it or not. So they've got to go. They're out of date now anyway. But I want to get some more. The pork scratchings are bloody lovely. Yeah, 1 ounce decent dram. That's quite nice. Do you like that? Glenfiddich single malt. I think that's quite bloody cute. I'm pleased I got that. That's a little thing. Sit there in the old pocket. Anything planned for down the bar? No, my light's okay. I was thinking to do something above the bar for the glasses, but I'm not sure if it'll. Hang on, I didn't go on Facebook, did I? Bloody. Let's go on Facebook and mention that I'm live for 5 minutes. Try and get on there. There you go. Sorry about this. Just fancy a. Right. On YouTube live till 7 if you fancy a chat or a beer or both. Cheers. Any plans to the bar? I did think so the other day. So the lights are working, outdoor lights are working. I'm tempted, nothing to do with the bar. I'm tempted to I've got a little square patch of grass left. I've got a patio outside the bar, patio up the top of the house. I'm tempted to get rid of the bloody rest of the grass, just have a patio. That's not really to do with the bar. Go away. You'll have notifications come up. Bloody, because I don't use his laptop much. When you open it up, it goes bloody loopy. I do need to go through all my drinks on that shelf and have a tidy up. See what's, there might be a few out of date there. Whiskies are brilliant. There's some old beers. I've got those mixed boxes of flavour. I used to buy those boxes from Flavorly, mixed beers, and they got a bit out of hand, really. You scatter them everywhere. You tend not to drink many of them unless you've got friends around. People tend to stick with what they know, don't they? And that flavour, you get one of that, 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 one of that. So you find one you like, and then you haven't got another one. You know what I mean? So I've got to go through them, make sure they're all in date, clear the shelf off a bit. I was going to do a little shelf just where my record player is behind us. Got a TV over there behind you, and I've got a record player with my karaoke machine sort of stacked on top of it. So I wanted to make another, just a little shelf, just a piece of scaffold, a couple of pieces there. So there's a record player on top, and then there's karaoke machine underneath. They're stacked on top of each other at the moment with wires everywhere. So I want to sort that out. I don't want that like that. Nothing major. That's like hours work, really, a couple of hours work. But I've got to wait for better weather and. Wait for better weather, and then you can start mucking about in the garden, can't you? I noticed, I think it's James, who's doing a dartboard. I noticed he was outside today doing his, and he looked like it had better weather. It's been nice today, but I've had other stuff to do. My son's back from America for a little bit. It's just gone back now. He's gone up north for a bit, and then he's going back to America. So we've been out and about with him this last couple of days. So been busy with that. And then little clue. So I've got some exciting, well, hopefully some videos coming up soon. That's a clue of what the videos will be about. But yeah, funny enough, it will be about that in a few weeks, a couple of weeks. I'm a bit cold, I ain't got the heating on down here tonight. Still, it's cough's hanging on. So is anybody down the bar having a beer? Probably it's a machine, you can just keep boiling beer out. Silver Gardens Brewery's looking nice. He's converted his garage into a bar, noticed. I think he brews his own beer in there as well. We're going to have to visit that one day, I think. I think it's up in the UK, up Norfolk, I do believe. Parry's Tavern, I'm assuming he's got a little shed converted bar tank down his garden. Not sure. I'm assuming that's the name of it, but we don't know. It could be running the pub for all we know. I've got no football on, so I can't watch the football. Mark King's not mentioned the score. Who's Mark supporting, I wonder? West Ham or Spurs? Oh yeah, he's down the pub shed, Mark is. I'm down the pub shed watching the match with a few pints. Hope you're feeling better. Almost better, but don't go on about it. I have to look into getting that football back, I think. Think about it. Do the football on down. Mainly for down here. Didn't watch it much indoors. Started watching all the films once a week, but there's plenty on. When you got Sky Netflix, there's plenty on Sky Netflix. But we haven't got the football. I think we've got BT Sports, but we're going to cancel that. Time's hard now, mate. You've got to cut back every way you can. And Jill was moaning the other day. She went to the shops for bits and pieces. Everything's gone up for the bloody roof. Silly things like gravy, soup. Because my son was here today, we had a roast dinner today. I said, really, it would have been cheaper to go around the corner because she's moaning about the cost of gravy. A silly thing. I mean, I don't do shopping. That's the problem. But for you guys that do, or the girls that are watching this that do, it is going for. She'll tell me the prices that have gone up. It's unbelievable. I think it would have been cheaper for us to go around the corner to a place, a harvester type place or something, get a bloody a carvery each, you know, for a tenner each or something like that. You got no cooking, no gas, no washing up, no heating. Shut your house down, shoot out. Hey, Pauline, how you doing? Thank you for popping along, darling. Shut your house down, shoot out, and go for a carvery. Eat out. I think on a Saturday, Sunday, she did say it's 10 quid each or something. I think if you go in a week, it's like 6 quid. I know these Witherspoons places. I mean, when she does a roast dinner, it's lovely, but she does all the trimmings and that. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of washing up. There's a lot of, we've got a dishwasher as well, but it's a lot of mess. All the food you buy, all the preparation. You do wonder to yourself, is it bloody worth it? It's cheap to go out around the corner, I think. Oh, Spurs winning 2-0. Oh dear. Poor West Ham. Right, I'll top this beer up. These are naughty, these machines. I've got the bit there. I better drink that down. What you don't want to do with these machines is sit here all night, just keep topping it up before you've actually had a whole pint. Because if you do that, that's well headed, that one. Better turn that off. The first one was better than that. What you've got to be careful of is things you keep topping up before you know it. You've done the whole lot. Imagine if they hold 6 pints. I can't bloody remember. So you're not going to go loopy with it, are you? I've got another beer next door ready to go. Another short date one because I'm tight. What was it? Bud Light. I think I mentioned that in my video about the first one was stolen or disappeared. Can't say it's stolen, might get told off. Disappeared. Got a little video coming up soon for people. The bungalow renovation project. A little bit of an update, but I'm not going to tell you a thing yet. It's looking pretty good. You'll be surprised. Your mate Nick messaging me. How was the film? Because my son was back from America for a little while, we popped out and saw the. Hi Emily, how you doing, darling? Thanks for the lift. Because my son was back from America for a little while, there's Nando's in America. He was looking the other day, but there's not anywhere he went. So we went to see a film, the new Ant-Man film. It's all right. It follows on about the multiverse. If you're into your DC stuff and all that, and the Avengers, it follows on to the multiverse stuff and all that. I'm not a massive fan of too much CGI. There's a lot of CGI in it. It's like the underworld multiverse stuff. I'd imagine there's a lot of green screen CGI going on. You know, I don't mind Spider-Man or the Hulk swinging through a downtown New York. You know, and I know it's also, you know, I know it's fantasy, but it's a load of it's almost not too much for me. It's all right, worth watching. I didn't fall asleep. The cinema was half full, which was nice. I held my cough off. I sat there eating, drinking water. So I had this cough a little while. Now it's just going off now. I sat there drinking water. Got constant, what are they called? Wine gums. I do love a wine gum. Constantly sucking on wine gums and strepsils. So I made it through the film with a couple of little coughs. No big coughing fits. A few like that, you know, a few sympathy ones. And so I've done that. And then we went for Nando's, which was bloody off. Believe it or not, there are people at the door. My son walks forward to Nando's. If you go to Basel, if you know Basel and Essex, and you normally go to the door and say you've got table 2, table 4, table 6. And then always say, come back in 20 minutes. They put you on a list and they sort of give you a message, a texture. But let's put the table 2, 40 minutes, table son. So the son walked up, table 4, straight. First time ever, straight in. So I went straight at Nando's. I do love a Nando's. But again, I was on the water. I didn't bother with Coca-Cola, no Diet Coke. Well, good boy. As he tops his beer up. No Diet Coke, no Coca-Cola, just plain water for me. You can't beat that hot chicken. I had the medium, actually. I've gone for the hot before. That's hot. But if you go the extra hot, I mean, that extra hot, if you're into your chicken meats and stuff like that, and curries, that extra hot is hotter than any hot curry I've had. Okay, right. Let's have a little chat to some people. Mark King, Spurs winning 2-0. Oh dear. Emily Hoy, hey John. Emily Hoy is a family friend of mine, and she gave her father a lift down to the pub the other day to meet me because he was having some food. So I said, well, I'll wander down and I'll meet you down there. And the next minute he messaged me, he said, I'm in the pub. I said, what do you mean you're in the pub? Got a lift. Got a lift with who? Emily Hoy. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oops, she must have driven straight past you. Yes, she did drive straight past me. I think she totally blanked me and ignored me. So next time when I see her, she's not going to get a free beer out of me. And she's banned now from a different corner, which is named my little shed. She's banned for 1 week, so I'm going to put on a 1 week ban for that's for being naughty. I'm only kidding. I was talking to my mate on the road on the way down. Actually, he's got a motorbike and he pulled up and had a chat, and it was dark. So actually, that walk down the pub, walk back is, believe it or not, I know we have a beer. I can walk to the pubs near me. And I can walk back, about 20, 30-minute walk. It's actually quite a nice bit of exercise. I know you're drinking and people laugh, go, oh, you're having a beer as well. But you got a choice. You do no walking or exercise at all and have 6 or 7, whatever you have. Yeah, or you walk there and walk back and you have your beers. You're just getting a little bit, I know it's, better than nothing, isn't it? Mark King, yes, it's Bud Light, mate. It's in the shed next door. I'm on Stella unfilled at the moment in the machine. We got Bud Light turn up the other day, finally. The one that went missing. Well, it was another one. Bud Light looks all right. That's a short date one, but end of January. But I reckon people spoke to it in the last live, some of the last for 6 months a year or whatever. So, Bungalow is going very well, Andy. I did mention earlier before you turned up. Hi, Bud. How you doing? I mentioned earlier I've done some tiny little video clips, and I'm just waiting for some footage. Tuesday, Wednesday, going to put them all together. It'll only be a short little video, but it'll be an update, and you'll be very, very surprised. You'll be quite shocked actually, because a lot has happened. It's looking good. And then my son's back from America last weekend. Then he went up north or down north working away. Then he's back this weekend. They went to the kitchen place today, the pair of them, and finished the design of the kitchen. They just got to have a guy come out and measure it. And we've got to screed the floor. Then the kitchen's going in. So it is very, very, very close to be finished. Yeah, so it's going to look good. So once that floor's screeded, the kitchen's in. I did offer to fit the kitchen myself, but I was told, bollocks, you ain't doing it, Dad. You're crap. So fair enough. I think there'll be a bungalow video going out, I reckon Tuesday, of an update, but I won't spoil it for you right now, what it's about, but you'll be quite surprised. And it'll be, yeah, you'll be surprised. Once you see that video, I think the next video will be the screening of the floor in the kitchen. And my son also popped into a carpet place yesterday and got some carpets measured up, or price for some carpets. Yeah, apparently, Johnny, on the last, what's Mark King on about? He's on the Heineken Silver out of the blade. I can't afford a blade. I did look at the prices the other. Someone mentioned the blade the other week. That's still very, very expensive. I think they're £400 for a blade. I can't really justify it. These perfect drafts, I can just get by with the price, really. I don't think I could spend much more. Might go and put the heat on. I'm here till 7, people, so if you want to have a chat and say hello, feel free. So the bungalows videos are coming soon, people. Emily's very, very sorry. Look, say it again, Emily. Are you sorry? How sorry are you, Emily? So Emily's very sorry. I'm on the Stella Unfiltered tonight. Short date. I've got a short date bud next door in the other shed. Keep it nice and cool. The weather at the moment, these perfect draft. If you've got a perfect draft machine, the kegs of beer, you can keep them in the fridge to keep them cold. But I've got all my fridges unplugged at the moment because I'm trying to save on electric. I'm not down in that often at the moment. You can literally just keep them outside or in a spare shed, and they keep lovely and cool at the moment. This weather in the UK, although it's getting warmer in the day. But once you put one in the machine, they're lovely, straight down to temperature. So don't waste time putting them in the fridge. Save the electric, people. Yeah, short dates. I was about to say, right, let's just speak to Johnny first. Johnny H bought a short date cider with a Stella Unfiltered. So, yeah, I've done a live last week and someone said they've been on a Facebook group where they say the short date ones are short dated for, apparently they last for 6, if you don't open them, they last for 6 months, a year. Pretty good. Apparently, I think realised it's a bag inside the keg. It's a sealed bag. I think someone said the only time they can get dodgy if the bag can split or something like that. I don't really know how it works. I've not had a little look. And I was about to say, Mark, yeah, I bought mine new, but I got in a bit of a sale because I do little deals every now and again on the Beer Hawk website. But what they did, they took the old ones back, didn't they? People who've got money off the new one. The new one's still good, and I haven't got one yet because I can't see the point of upgrading from this one to the new one unless they do me a brilliant deal on it. But what Beer Hawk did when they brought the new one out, they offered people the old one. They was allowed to send it back and get some money off the new one. So I got everyone buying the new one. The new one's a little bit better, I think. I think it's got an app on your phone, another bloody app. You know, you don't really need the app. But I think it's got a better refrigeration unit built in. Whereas these ones just sit on a cold plate, keep it cool. I think the other ones have actually got a fridge inside, I think. And you can vary the temperature. These just go down to 3 degrees and that's fixed, but that's fine, 3 degrees. I'm fine. Whatever beer I put in this, 3 degrees is fine by me. Happy days. The new model, like I say, it's got a bit of a better refrigeration unit built into it, apparently. You got an app on your phone to control the temperature. The temperature can go up and down, I do believe, to 0 or not 0, about 3 or 2 to 12 or 10 or something. If you want. Are you that bothered? Beowulf. Yeah, I've never looked at Beowulf. I have to check Beowulf out, you know. Beowulf. I've never really I'll just go to can't remember the bloody name now. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm getting bloody I mentioned the names about 20 times. Beerhawk. Yeah, like a look at the bloody box. Yeah, I just got a Beerhawk. Never used Beerhawk. Let me have a little look. But you can get refurbished ones, or there's plenty on eBay. I think you're better off getting one from eBay, refurbished off of Beowulf or from Beerhawk. Oh, you bought? Sorry, I'm getting mad up now. I think Mark King bought he bought a blade. Good beer, Wolf. What is Wayne on about? Everything, John. How you doing, Wayne? See you bright and early tomorrow, mate. Right, Andy, you'll have to ask Mark King. I think Mark King's got the... Let's scroll up a minute. I think Mark King's the rich person here. I think he's got the... yeah, Mark King's got the Blade. Yeah, I'll get him up. So Mark King bought a Beowulf from Blade. A Blade from Beowulf. Yeah, I don't want the new one much on it. I mean, let's do a good deal on that new one, John. I can't see that the app's going to be much much use. This is fine by me. 3 degrees. Pour a pint. I say, and I'm being honest now. That beer there, and I'm being serious. You got a lot of people being negative about these machines, different various beer machines. This, the various machines, not just this machine, the various machines you can buy. That is as good as a beer out of a pub down a pub. Cheers. Evening, Wayne. I think Wayne might have been saying evening, but he put everything. Evening, John. Evening, Wayne. How you doing, mate? That, honestly, that's as good as a beer from down a pub. I was down a pub Friday and I had a few pints, and that is lovely. That is really nice. And it's chilled, lovely. I mean, I can just keep topping it up all night. Look. It's coming out nice tonight. Look at that. There's a few bubbles there, but it's just coming out. That's coming out lovely, that is. But it's not just these machines. You got this one. I think the contender for this is you got the new machine, or you got the Blade. The Blade is expensive though, 400 quid. How much did you pay, if you don't mind me asking, Mark? 8 litres. Andy Higgins, I'm thinking of getting a Blade, but wondering how much beer a keg holds. Right, 8 litres. How long have you got to drink it once it's in the machine? A month? They don't last that long. The beers, the kegs, to be fair. I'm not just saying it because I bought this machine. I'm more than pleased with this machine. I couldn't justify spending 400 quid on a beer machine. I think this is one something. Was it less than 200? It might have been. I've got a deal on it. They've done these sales. They keep doing this. You've got to look out for the sales and get in there quick. I mean, I've had a couple of decent keg of beer, cheap beer. I got one next door, Bud Light, that cost me 10 quid, didn't I? If you saw my video. Because every time you return a keg, which is free, by the way, so the beer hawk machine, if you turn a keg, they give you a box. You can send, at one point, it's minimum of 2. But I think now, because they want the kegs back, they refurbish the kegs. I think you can send 1 back. I'm not sure at the moment. At one point before Christmas, that you can send 1 keg back free of charge. They pick them up with your doorstep. They do let you down a little bit. Yodel ain't brilliant, but you can drop them off down the shop. You put a label on it. They take them away for free. Direct, they scan it. You go on your account and you get £5 worth of beer tokens every time you scan a keg back in. So I literally they emailed me the other day. So look, John, you've got £15 worth of tokens to spend if you want. I thought, you know what, good. I don't know if you watched my video the other day. I bought 1 keg of Bud Light, a couple of nice glasses which are inside at the moment being washed, and I bought a beer runner. It came to whatever price, and I paid £10 out of my own pocket. So I got a keg of beer for 10 quid. I've got my flip-flop stuck. So I'm well pleased. Well, let's have a look what Mark's on about. Check out the Beowulf, and they do different grades of refurbished machines. All come in 2 kegs. So Mark King paid $3.50 for a grade 2 machine and got 2 kegs of Heineken Silver. I mean, I could, if I, that's not bad. You got 2 kegs of beer of it as well. I think I can't remember what I paid now. 180 for the machine. This is perfect draft machine. A keg of beer and 2 glasses, I think. How you doing, Paul? Tell your friends I need as many subscribers as I can get. Thank you very much, bud. You missed. If you want to watch this back, people, this video. I'm only out till 7, by the way. This video was about. Feel free to pop on Facebook and join us on Facebook Live and join on Facebook page. It's a very quiet group. Don't expect anything massive going on there. But I did pop out. As I said at the very beginning, I always say at the beginning of my lives, this particular live, I was going to come down the bar tonight, have a quick beer. We're going to do a little comedy video. Well, I think it's comedy about my hip flasks. If you saw me on Facebook, I got some hip flasks from years ago. That's my standard one. I'm repeating myself now for those that just turned up. Hip flask there. I've got another hip flask. And I was talking the other day about taking the hip flask down the pub. Bit of a laugh, having a little drop of whiskey in it, like a nightcap. I've got some lovely whiskies here, and I don't seem to be getting through them. When I go out with some friends, we used to have a little nightcap. We haven't done it lately. Beer's getting so dear. Whiskey's getting so dear. But you could take a little hip flask down in your back pocket, a little bit drop of whiskey, share out to your mates. And I saw a lovely one on Facebook, on eBay. How you doing there? All right, bud? I got it in the end. I saw a lovely little hip flask on eBay. I didn't take notice. If you're on Facebook, you'll see. I didn't really take notice of the size of it. It's pewter. I thought that'd do. It was pewter. It had Glenfiddich written on it. I thought that'd do. It's a nice, and I knew it was a mini hip flask, but there it is. It turned up the other day. That's 1 ounce. I polished it up a little bit. I cleaned it. I try to clean it as best I can, but I might polish it up a bit further. I like it, but it's engraved with Glenfiddich, single malt Glenfiddich Scotch whiskey on the front there. So just to show you what we was laughing about. That's the one, that's your standard one. And that's your so this is 6 ounce, this is 1 ounce. But it's cute. It's cute. It's not going back. I mean, my daughter was saying the same thing. She bought a pillow years ago off of eBay, but she didn't read the sizes. And the camera zoomed on this pillow. The pillow turned up, it was about this bloody big. So I went around the other day to see my grandson, was having a bit of a laugh about it because but still I'm not, I'm pleased with it. It's lovely, it's like a little novelty type thing, Pleased with it, I'm well pleased with it. So that's why I was going to come down and do a little video on that. But when you do a video, you got to sort of zoom in and out, bit of music, fade in that, edit it, put it on the computer, fade it, edit it, do this, that, and the other. With a live, excuse me, still got a bit of a cough. With YouTube live, it's done. Right, I've done the video already because it's up there live. I ain't got to do anything. And I can have a chat in a bit at the same time. So, welcome, Paul Greenwood. Thank you for popping on. Feel free to pop on the Facebook group when you get a chance, mate. If, like I say, it's not buzzing on there, but it's guys and girls on there with pub sheds and homebrew and whatever. I mean, I might do a kayaking video this year if I get around to it. I've got to go fishing yet. I ain't done that this year. Got to renew my membership for the lake. And then, and as I said, some good videos coming up soon, people. In 2 weeks' time. Ian Fraser, Yodel beer is good if you can get it. Yeah, a bit disappointing, but the cameras are out there, bud. The cameras are out there watching. I was. Fun enough, Jill said, look, that's the bugger. Something come up our doorstep last night, right? Stalking round on the doorstep. Jill said, look, there's something on the doorstep. 2 a.m. Fucking great fox. Fucking thing it was. To be honest with you, it wouldn't lift the beers up. But if there'd been a parcel there, like a sausage parcel, I reckon that fox could have grabbed that and run off with that. Easy. It was big. It's like, like the fish I catch. You watch my fishing videos, it's like big. I started with the torps and it was okay to start with, but now I use my bar more and more. I went with the blade. Yeah, if you've got spare cash, if you're using the bar a lot, go with the blade. Why not? I mean, my age now, I ain't got loads of friends. I ain't got any friends, really. Let's say I was, I don't know, say I was 25, 28, 30 odd, and I had a lot of people around here in the summer, like, the lads come back to mine, have a beer. I had a bit of spare cash, because in the old days, these things didn't exist, but I had a bit of spare cash. I'd probably get a bigger machine, or two machines. You got, because this ain't going to last 5 minutes. You get a gang of lads back round your house, this ain't going to last 5 minutes. Really. They'd be gone with it. What did I say these were? 6 litres? What's that in pints? That'd be gone. But right, original PD, which is a perfect draft, 225. New one, 100 quid more. There's a lot of anti-PD perfect draft people here. I'm getting a bit upset. Original PD 225, new one, 100 quid more. What's the difference? Might just get another one. I like the light on the blade. Also looks great. Lost me a little bit there. Had a couple of beers. I like this. That's it. I like this. Right, see, so the original P is 225. That ain't bad. You can justify that. You get it in a sale, I'll get a code. In actual fact, one of my videos, I've got a code. You use a code, you get points. You get credit. I mean, see, people don't explain it properly. Every keg you send back, you get 5 tokens, which is one token is £1. That's pretty bloody good. You send 4 kegs back, right? You send 4 kegs back for free. It's 20 quid, 20 quid in tokens. You can get yourself another keg virtually. And that, it's quite good. When I first bought my machine, I didn't send any kegs back. I didn't really know how to do it. And I was like, didn't really sort of look into it. And I was just like, I had to build up the kegs. Sent a load of kegs back. And I think I bought myself another 2 beers for nothing. It's quite a good little system because you tend to sort of leave them in the shed next door. They build up and build up, keep the boxes, send them back. And as I say, the keg next door, the nice rubber beer runner I've got, although it's perfect enough advertising, and 2 nice glasses, pint glasses, cost me, well, I won't say the final figure, but it cost me out of my own pocket £10 because I had some tokens built up. I'm not sure how. 15 people watching. Thank you for popping on, people. Thank you. I know this is a yet again off the cuff, Quickie live. I know I promised to do like an arranged live, so let's just get it straight out there now. So you got a Quickie live like this, which is just me talking gibberish, popping on having a beer and a chat, or you got an arranged proper live. This is just a Quickie muckabout live. I'm going at 7. Yeah, the old pop box back. Oh, mate, my little vintage shop round the corner. We used to go around there. Used to be out the back in a crate. Used to grab them, take them into the shop. All right, mate, get money on them. And then they used to just go in circles. We used to nick them and just go and get free money off him. Bit like what Yoda will do. Oh, shouldn't say that. Yeah, I see what you're saying. The original P is 225. I think I got mine less than that in a sale with a keg of beer with some glasses. The new one's 100 quid more. I don't think you can just, I don't know. The blade does look nice all lit up. It looks the nuts. Big proper machine. I mean, I love to have a proper, I must admit, I love to have a proper, I keep knocking it, but I would love to have a proper system down here. But you've got to clean the lines and all that, haven't you? But I'd love to have a keg of, okay, don't have a go at me, but I'm a bit of a Foster's boy. If I was to have a keg of beer in here, what, Stella can be a bit, I mean, this is Stella now, but someone's put, can't afford a PD, I love it. On Facebook, I'm not trying, this isn't going out to Facebook because I'm lost there. Because this isn't transmitted to Facebook, is it? It can't, I've not got the software. I mean, I was in Macros the other year with a friend, get some stuff for a party. The keg of Foster's, don't know what's on there, proper big keg of Foster's was £99. Now, if you got some late mates around in the summer on a regular few weekend parties, and you get a keg of beer, done. 1 keg of proper beer on the proper machine. That'd be, I mean, that's the goal. I mean, that's the dream, and it have a proper little setup. Silver Gallons Brewery, 5 gallon kegs. I have 4 and always have 2 on the bar. What are the 5 gallon? Are they the proper big ones? Because I know Silver Gallons Brewery does his own. He's got his own garage, converted garage. He's on the Facebook group, my Facebook group there, and he's got some photographs up. He's converted his garage into like a bar now. It was just a brewery setup, and now it's a bar as well. That looks nice. It's really nice. In excuse me, in lockdown, I don't know if you know if there's some new people there and old people, but right, corny kegs, yeah. I know, they're good. In lockdown, I don't know if you know, but Silver Gardens Brewery, he came on here, I think my group, and I went on his group, lives and Facebook. I think he converted his garage to like started doing homebrew in his bar, and from what I saw, it's just an old garage, but it looks a lot better now. But he opened up his garage door, and his neighbours just walked past, pop and have a chat. And I thought it was a brilliant idea because people were stuck in, nothing was open, pubs were shut, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. And I think, yes, if I'm right in saying, correct if I'm wrong, yeah, people around, not crowds, but 1 or 2 people walking by, anything but pop in, have one of the home brews, have a chat, because people need to get out the door at the time and just have a chat and bloody go for a walk. And pubs were shut, you just need to go and walk and have a chat. one of the best days we had. Not one of the best days, but a good day we had. What was it? Was it the Silver Jubilee or something? Can't remember what it's for now. But it was lockdown, so I thought it was a bit funny at first, a bit weird. I had a couple of beers first. It was come out the front, come out the front. We went out the front. Remember everyone set the tables up out the front door? And we went out the front door with some garden deck chairs. It was a lovely summer's day. And I cracked open some beers. And then my neighbour over the road come over. Then another neighbour, the girl next door, come over with her kids. And then my other neighbours, Sean and Mandy, come over. She'd done these bloody great German hot dog things. We all sat there, had a good old chat and got a bit drunk, actually, a bit merry. It's a bloody good day. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do those things we did in lockdown. You wouldn't do that again, you know. Bloody good, actually. I enjoyed it. I'm here till 7 people, so if you want to say hello and have a chat, feel free. Don't just sit there, pop on and say hello. Even if you just say, hello, how you doing? Problem is, when I do this off the cuff lives, you're not all down your, if you've got a little pub shed or a place to have a drink, you're not all there sort of thing. You might be out, you might be indoors watching telly. A friend of mine, he's on his own now, bless him, he phones me quite regularly and does a lot of live, like a WhatsApp or Facebook video call, not a live video call. And I love him a bit, bless him. But he does do it sometimes at some inopportune moments. Like I'm just about to sit down and have my dinner because he's got a lovely bar in his garden. So he's in his bar having a beer. And he's on his own having a beer in his garden. And then he phones me up and I'm like, sorry, mate, I'm just about to have my dinner. I'd love to have a chat, but because he's in his bar had a few beers and he gives me a chat. And it's the same for you guys, because I've not given you any warning. You might just be sitting indoors watching telly going, oh, that boy and twat's on again. So I do understand, you know. How you doing, Chris? Welcome. Was he the other week? I can't remember. Most of these people, well, all of them actually, I recognise every single name from quite a while ago actually. So it's really, really nice. Chris, I won't bore you about me flask. By the way, dirty nails, that's because I washed 2 cars today. Never again, I'll take down the bloody road. Bloody hard work washing cars. Oh, well, I'm too old for it. But I'm trying to cut back. The weather was gorgeous. I don't know where you were. I don't know what the weather was like where you were, but I was out there in my flip-flops and T-shirt. You know, in February. It's bloody good. That is a bit cold now, but... I've got cold feet. I've got my flip-flops all wet, which I've got on now. I've got cold feet. It ain't doing me any favours. And I stubbed my toe. Whenever I wear flip-flops, I stub my toe. And I stub my toe and I start my small toe on the side of the bloody doorstep. Oh, fuming. I was screaming. I can hate it. Andy, you know what? I think I will. You know what, Andy? I'm lazy. Ultimately, I'm lazy. I will. I'll do that next. I've got one in the machine here. One next door. Bud Light, which came over the other day. It's so bloody easy to put this keg in here, shut the lid and pull a pint. But then, as you say, beer in a bag, in my fridge, collect it up to me. I'll do that next. I've got 2 kegs to get rid of. I'll do that next. I will do that next, I think. I'll get in touch with my old friends at the old Mighty Oak Brewery. Grab a couple of the old beers from there. I'm not sure if any of you were about. I think you might be when we had a live a couple of years back with a guy from the brewery. That was quite good. There are other micro brewers about, or small brewers about in Essex. Hello? What's that mean? Yeah, hang on. What, you want letting in? Yes, please. All right, bye. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Apparently the missus left her key, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what she's talking about. I've got to open the front door. Right, feel free. Any questions you got, get the questions coming. I'm here till 7. Just got to let the boss in. Or shall I leave her out there? Could do that, couldn't we? Leave her out there. Put start there, you go. I'm back. I'm back. Let's take this silly sign for a screen. It's getting in the way. The TV's gone dead. Leave them out of here. Let's get rid of that. Oh, no more questions. It's all gone quiet. Banners, get that off. God. Right. Got the toilet back soon. Darling Junior, for some reason she popped out, had the car keys but no door keys. She's separated them for some reason. Anyway, I'm not showing off, but my son sort of semi-moved to America. He's been back and forwards a couple of times. And we're shooting out there in a couple of weeks, so I hope to take my camera. I might do what I did in Turkey. I might try and do some videos while I'm out there and publish them while I'm out there. If we get some time. It's probably a bit early. Is there anyone out there from America? Probably not, because you're 5 hours behind. But if you watch this later on, we're going to go to New York for a few days. 5 days, I think. Then we're going to Washington, D.C. Then we're going to Philadelphia. We've booked the hotels up, but we've not booked any trips yet. We'll do that when we're out there. Jill's on about maybe booking some bits and pieces before we get there. I said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do it when we get there. So I want to see what the weather's like, see how knackered we are, and see the situation first. But I'll try and do some videos while I'm out there, if I'm allowed. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm also apprehensive. Is that the word? It's not going to be like a Mallorca holiday. It's not going to be like get out there, have a beer, what I'm used to. It's nothing. It's not what I'm used to. I'm used to just going on holiday, sitting out there, having a beer, and chilling out by the pool, relaxing, doing nothing. This will be like full-on wander about, trippy job, if you know what I mean. Trips left, right, and centre, and all that. So it can be quite. And I think Americans are quite strict with the. I've been told to behave myself at the airport. I think we've got food and drinks, free drinks on the plane, but I've been told to behave myself on the plane because I might get told off. And my son did warn me a couple of times. The Americans don't muck about, so you got to tell him exactly where you're going and what you're doing. And funny enough, he even opens because he's gone up north. He's working back. He's going back to America at the end of the week, and he got his case just now to repack it. And there's a note in there from customs, the American customs. We've searched your case, and it's all padlocked and locked up, but they've got this gear where they can get in. And they've all got, they've got a little ticket in his case, read it out. He said, oh, US, blah, 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 customs, we've searched your case, blah, 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 just let him know. He's like, oh, bloody hell, they're pretty on the ball there. Gone through all this stuff. Not that I've got anything to hide, but it's a bit like, he said they can sort of try and catch you out a little bit. I'm like, oh, God. Because I try and have a bit of a laugh sometimes, and I don't think I should. I think I should just behave myself and get through. I start dicking about and acting an idiot. I'll be sent home. It ain't a laugh. They're serious. Do you know what I mean? You can't start mucking about. You got to grow up. I've got to grow up, really. I haven't got the room for it, but wouldn't mind one. What's that? I haven't got the room for what? Beer pump. Oh, what, the full setup? Was I talking about the full setup? I've got the room for a full setup. I couldn't justify it. Probably got to clean the lines. I don't suppose it's that hard to clean the lines. Is it a holiday? Someone's put on Facebook. Is it a holiday there tomorrow too, John? No, we're just having a few beers. What are people? I'm lost. Oh, Jasmine. Hi, Jazz, darling. All comments. Is a holiday there tomorrow there too, John? No, it's not. Jasmine from Canada has messaged me on Facebook. I just said on YouTube live till 7 if you fancy a chat or beer or both. No, I'm only having a few beers. Not going mad. It's not holiday tomorrow, and I bloody wish it was. Could do a bank holiday. I don't get Sean. I'm lost. Sean Ravenhall has put a comment. Sean Ravenhall's put a comment. Can't fault the PD. I love it on Facebook. I'm a bit lost actually. I don't know what. I suppose he's watching this and commenting on Facebook. I suppose I don't know. No holiday for me tomorrow. I know it's sad, but Am I allowed to mention Vera in the UK? I do like my detective shows, so I'm going to pop in. I think it starts at 8 o'clock. I'll just let you in the door. I feel like I'm down a pub. You know when you say you'll be home in a minute? It's bad, isn't it? When you're down in your shed in your garden. You know, your own back garden, your own little shed having a beer. You know when you're down a pub, not so much now, but when I was younger, you coming home, dinner's ready, bro. And I used to get told off a lot of years ago, not so much now, because I don't go out so much now, but you get sort of told off, you got, you know, you due home and all that. When I was a youngster, there used to be crowds of lads in the old days going out. Not many people go out anymore. And you'd sort of be home in an hour, and it's always another hour. Then someone would walk in, someone else would walk in, and you'd be another hour. And I just let Jill in the door. She left the key for some reason. And I said, oh, just down the bar, like doing a live. I told her, like, yeah. I'll be back in at 7. So I sort of like, I didn't have to, but I'm explaining to her that I'll be back in at 7. I'm thinking, I'm like a little, you know, I'm down my bloody garden in the shed. I'll be back in a minute. Bless. I love Jill bits. Bless them. So no one's on from America at the moment. In reply to Emily, I don't know if Emily's still watching or not, we went to see my son was back from America for a bit, and we went to see, because when he comes back, he likes to go to cinema with the family. He's well into his DC stuff, the Avengers and the Marvel stuff, and the films and all that. So I went to see Ant-Man. I wasn't a massive. It's all right. You can't beat. I always love a film on a big screen, and the sound's awesome. I love the sound. I've never been to one of those screens yet that go round you, the IMAX. I think it's called IMAX or something, is it? I've never been to one of them. I've been to I've done a 3D one. I've done a 3D one at a fun fair place before, where the bees sting you with the glasses. I love the big screen. I just love it. It doesn't matter what film you watch, you just cannot beat a big screen with the sound. It's awesome. Turn right up. In the old days, Star Wars, James Bond. You know, you got a proper decent James Bond film, massive big screen, whack the sound up, don't muck about. My all-time favourite opening of a James Bond film is the Diamonds ones. Now, someone out there, there's 12 people watching this. Someone, I think it's the Madonna track about the diamonds, and they mine. He hides his diamonds in the mines, doesn't he? With a hovercraft. Pierce Brosnan. Oh mate, that's an opening. I love Bond films. This is how I talk. I just go on. How am I talking about Bond films? I don't know. What I love about Bond films, you can still watch a Bond film. You think you're halfway through the film before it's even started, and then you get the opening sequence of the film. That I remember watching that, and I think my kids were only little. No, Jill's down one end because no one wants to sit next to me because I burp and fart and make funny noises apparently because I love git. But I was down one end and Jill's down the other end with the kids in between. I remember watching this Bond film, and I looked down the opening. I'm like, look down Jill, and I'm like, wow. I still love that film to this very day when it starts. I love the opening. That's when he gets tortured. Do you remember they duck his head under with the scorpions? Bit far, well, it's all far-fetched, isn't it? That's when he paraglides that idiot with all the diamonds stuck in his face, paraglides in to London, doesn't he? I mean, he's no good actor, he is. He's an evil, nasty-looking... When you do these lives and no one's talking to you, no one's asking you any questions or speaking to you, it's lucky that I can sit here and have a beer and talk so much crap. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here in silence. My two sons, when I got some carpet yesterday, my son that goes backwards and forwards to America likes to do a few deals. And my other son was a bit embarrassed. He said, I went to his carpet shop, priced up his carpets, and my son said, right, I'll give you this much. Try to knock him down. And my other son said, oh, it's embarrassing. So he just sat in silence. And the other guy, the sales guy, apparently both sat in silence staring at each other out. I mean, boys like, what is going on here? He said, like, do us a deal. The blokes, I mean, someone said it was embarrassing. But he knocked 40 quid off. Because my eldest son's a bit of a weirder deal, and he likes to get a deal. Why am I talking about that? No idea. Well, I'm here till 7 people. 14 people watching. How many are down there pubs? Probably not many. Graham's not here. My mate Graham phoned up earlier. He doesn't know how to use YouTube Live, I don't think. He knows how to use YouTube. Graham, if you're there, make yourself be known. It's got to be Dennis Bar. It's Dennis Bar most nights. Here's the one with the extension around the side. We're all out next week, by the way. Crowd of out next week. Graham's lost his wife to cancer the other year. God bless him. Breast cancer. Steph, lovely woman. And he does a lot for Havens Hospice. So if anyone ever donates any money to me now through YouTube or whatever, I'll pass on to him. Absolutely, Johnny. If you don't ask, you don't get. I've always been told that. Why not? Stuff's so dear nowadays. Everyone's making a profit. Why can't you knock people down? Absolutely, I agree with that. So next week we're out around Graham's. I think not his booked. He does some private work for a hotel that we know, and he knows the guy there. I know him actually. Runs a hotel. So next week we're out there. Graham, bless him, he's lost his wife to cancer. He's the one with the bar. If you watch the Graham's bar tour, he's the one who's extended his bar around the corner now. But he lost his wife to cancer a couple of years back, I think. And so he's on his own now. So he's doing a cancer charity event for his wife, Steph. God bless her. Which would be nice. I say it'd be nice. It's a 3-course bill, half a bottle of wine. Tickets are not expensive, but. And then he told me last night, I was out with him drinking with him Friday, we had a few beers. I ought to get him out of now again, get him out of the house. Like, so I mentioned him coming out, blah, blah, blah. And it's all paid for, but we've paid for the tickets, etc. All dressing up, and he said to me, well, I told a couple of I've messaged a couple of mates to make sure to bring some cash, because apparently he's a bit of a blagger. He's gone to every restaurant in where we live and up other villages, restaurants, now bars, salons, and he's got tickets for everything. So apparently there's loads and loads and loads of raffles. So like a local curry house doing a raffle, the laundrette's doing it's got like you got prize for a laundrette, you got restaurant, China takeaways, chip shops, nails, suntans, a lot. So I want to take plenty of cash with me, have a few beers, and I'm going to buy shed loads of tickets. I'm thinking if I buy a handful of raffle tickets, I've got to win something. There's drinks on offer as well. There's bottles of, I think a friend of mine's donated some whiskey and that. I haven't got any whiskey to donate, have I? No. He said don't bother. I was talking about donating something, but he said don't bother. There's plenty there. I'm just looking there. I could donate my mate's vodka, half a bottle of vodka, my brother-in-law Frankie boy. Or I could donate Emily Hoy's not here. She was here earlier. She's the one drove past me the other day. I think she's got a bottle of Malibu on my top shelf. I could donate that. Chris, I'll have to come back to you, bud. The external size of my bar. External size. I haven't got so right. Okay, mate. Okay. I'm going to do the internal size because external won't be much bigger. All right. I'm not advertising or anything. I'm not sponsored by these guys. Just for you, Chrissy boy. I'm going to do internal, but bear in mind the walls are what? I don't know, a few inches thick, 4 inches. You know, they're nothing. It's just a. I've said this before. I call it a log cabin. I bought years ago. It's not a shed. It's like a semi. It sounds. I can't say semi log, can I? It sounds rude, but call it a shed. Call it a shed. I'm gonna go to that wall. I've done this before. I'm gonna do the internal side. I'm not going to the cold. You can't expect me to go out in the bloody cold, Chrissy boy. I'll bloody knock some beer over here now. I know it. Here we go. Don't get the walls on that thick. Can you hear me? Right. I think I'm right, so it's 14 feet long. It's 14 feet long. I mean, excuse me, Chris, or people. Yeah, don't expect me to go out in the cold. The wall thickness is, it's just a bit of insulation, a bit of timber. So what a shed is. I think it's 14 foot long, just measured it. And I've said this before, if I had my way, there's a tree on the left-hand side of me, and my missus didn't want to cut it down. Quite rightly, you're meant to love your trees. We're not tree huggers or anything, but you're meant to love your trees, right? You're meant to love your trees, and it does protect us from the neighbours at the back. When we moved in, we had a couple of fields behind us, or a bit of land behind us. A couple of years later, I was going to cut the tree down. A couple of years later, they built some houses that overlook us, so we left the tree there, which is quite nice. We're lucky, really. So instead of having the bar, like a lot of people that way, at the back of the garden, I've got mine sort of running long ways, okay? So I've got the narrow width, and then the tree on the left, and then it's sort of long. So it's not ideal, but it works, you know. And I didn't, if you've watched my old videos, if you hunt through them, I bore you now. I bored many people in the past, but I didn't buy this originally to be a bar. I bought this originally to be like a child's playroom when the kids were little, and then it was a storage area, and then it was a junkyard. The bar bit came later, you know. What's the time? I'm off at 7. Oh, it's bloody 7 now. I talk so bloody much, don't I? Have a quick fucking beer. The bell's not going, is it? Problem with me is I keep talking too much. I won't get around in. Let that set. While that's settling, easy tiger. Right, so it's 14 foot long. .14 foot in length. I think it's 8. That rings a bell. Right, it's about 14 foot. It's about. I'll do it again. 3, 6. I'll do it again. Hang on. I think it's in meters, really. Just over about 9.5 foot wide, 10 foot wide. So I think that's in meters. Let me have a little look. 4 foot, 3 feet to a metre in it. I'll just check it here. 9. It's about 112 centimetres, but between 9 and 10 feet. So you're looking at 3 metres, I think. 14 to 10, 14 to 9, 9.5 foot. No problem, buddy. And that's like, you know, I say external, but I'm not going outside, but that's pretty much all that thick. You've got the overhang, obviously, of your roof. Oh, look, Johnny knows more than me. Look, 4x3. That's about right, yeah. I'll top this up quickly. It's a long walk home. You know what it's like. What's the external side, John? I'm thinking about doing one for this year, but I only got a small. You haven't got a bar yet in your garden. You haven't loved it. I'll tell you what. You don't have to have it this big. I mean, you could chop this in half. I've said this before. You could chop this in half. That bit of the bar, the width gets used. You know what I mean? You got my TVs, my shelving, the bar. I can't really unplug it now. I've unplugged it before. I'm plugged into the internet at the moment. The width gets used. You know what I mean? In the bar. But you could probably get away with this square. I mean, this could be square, really. It's nice to have a bit of. Oh, it sounds like I'm being rude again. It's nice to have a bit of length. Only comes into play when people come around and sit in that long chair, that long bench chair. If you see my other videos, you'll see I've got a long bench chair there, a big TV. That only comes into play when we've got football on that. It was very, very rare, but I've not done it yet. But I must admit, if this was smaller, I was thinking I've been around a few friends' houses where they've got smaller bars. They put like an awning out the front, like a temporary awning. You get these, go on Amazon and that. You get these brilliant, like, you know, like you get abroad now, these awnings. Put some poles up and pull a tight awning out the front for the warm weather. When it rains, you can sit out the front, get a whiskey barrel and a few beers, a few tables and chairs. So the bar don't have to be this size. It's sort of, Well, it is. I do like this size when people come round, I must admit. We had some good. Whose was it the other year when we had that lockdown? We had my daughter's baby shower. I think she had down here, or because it was lockdown, my daughter was pregnant, and she had like a baby shower thing down here. We got some food, cream tea stuff delivered, and sandwiches delivered, and we put all balloons in it. We had drinks on the go round beyond the bar for the girls, all decorated up with balloons, cards, and the girls. I'll tell you what, it started raining. They all come in here, and they had a lovely, lovely time. It came into its own. Stuff like that, it comes into its own. I've always said this. This is nowhere as good as other people's, but I get by with it, you know. Yeah, 4 by 3, and I think Johnny H is right there. Cheers, Johnny. 4 by 3, but I got 4 going that way up the garden, and then the 3 is the width. Well, ideally, most people turn around and go along the back, don't they? But you don't have to. Probably, I've not seen many go this direction. But as I say, it's only because of the width of my garden. My garden's small. Only because of the width of my garden, and I've got a tree on the left-hand side of me here. I couldn't go that way with it. I didn't want to cut the tree down. So it works. It's a bit like a TARDIS, though, because you walk in, you think the garden stops there. Because it's long ways, when you walk in the door, it goes back. You sort of be, oh, this is bigger than you think, you know. It's all right, it works. Does it for me. Up to you what size you go. You've got to build something, haven't you? Just a small shed would do, wouldn't it? Surely. I'd like to knock this down and be challenged. I'd love to have the challenge like you are, Chris. If you've got a small garden, the challenge is there, mate. Don't go looking at these. I've been on there before, Facebook pages where you've got pub shed Facebook pages where they are nuts. Don't get jealous. Don't get wound up all that lot. Just get yourself a small shed, nice space, small shed, coat it up, paint it, make it look nice. And as I said, I'd be inclined. I've not got much space now, but I'd love to have one of these. You go to YouTube, one of these awnings that you pull forward, or gazebo or something at the front. But we've done it up for the football, World Cup stuff, Euros. We've done like baby shower went really well down here. Done me missus a cream tea once for some reason. We got it delivered to the door. I think that was in lockdown for some. Can't remember. It was Valentine's Day a couple of years back. All heart me. I can't remember. It was for something, and we got it all delivered and sat at the front. It was quite nice. Drinks on the go in here. It's quite nice. So, all right, go, mate. And like Johnny H just over here. I think whatever you spend, it's worth. It's a space you use all the time, and it's another room in your house. Do it, no brainer. Yeah, I must admit, I've got a 3-bed, 7-detached house. No space really. My boys are getting older now, moving out, etc. They're never ever there. But I've still got no room. But this is my little space. My little space. I couldn't do this indoors. I couldn't sit indoors talking rubbish to you like having a beer indoors, could I? You know what I mean? It's my little bit of space. If Jill is indoors, she wants to watch Love Island or whatever she wants. I can watch what I want down here. Conversely, she's not down from here. She can come down with some friends if she wants. If she asks me nicely, it's not a problem. I'll consider it. You know, all heart me. I'll probably say no. You know, what's in it for me? But no. All joking aside, if Jill wanted some friends around, I know some women that I speak to on Facebook and on here before in the past. We've done lives and had chats. They have like pre-drinks and all that. The young kids have pre-drinks and then go off down the pub and all that and do all that kind of stuff. Right, I'm off in a minute. Well, actually, I'm late. I was going at 7. It's gone so bleeding quick. Well, I don't have to go at 7. Vera's on at 8. I like to watch Vera. I like to settle down and watch Vera, sadly. And I'll have a couple of pints of water ready for work tomorrow. Just over 4 meters by 3 meters. Andy Higgins. Andy's completely right. Just get your base. And I know I keep saying this. I've sort of contradicted myself next door. I've got a shed butted up this shed a bit tight. Give yourself space to walk around the side and the back so you can clear the weeds. It's a little toilet as well. You can clear the weeds and you can paint and coat and just keep an eye on general eye on it, right? That's what I would do. Keep it away from the edge. Give yourself a bit of space just so a person can walk around the side of it. And then do your base, what you've got to do. You don't have to go mad. Don't listen to all these blokes that massive deep footings and that. Just do a reasonable concrete base with a bit of fall on it so water drains away. Put your shed on there. I've said this before. the big cost is the electrics. The best thing I did the problem with me is I had to get it held me back for years because I didn't have the money, but eventually we had a new kitchen. I had to get when we moved in, we had an old-fashioned, we're talking about the UK now. When we moved in, we had, "Hi, Joe, mate, I'll be back to you in a minute, bud." And Gold. Hi, Gold. When we moved in, we had the old-fashioned ceramic fuses, like 4 fuses. Now, I didn't realise this, but when you look into it, because I've done a bit of building work in the past, when they built these houses, you had room on your drive for 1 car. You had 1 socket in each room. No one, look at the internet, no one even thought about computers, laptops, phone chargers. When they built this house, they had 1 socket in each room, and they thought that's enough. 1 socket for a bedroom light. Space on the driveway for 1 car. The next minute, you've got 4 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars. You know, my son's, if you watch my other videos coming soon, actually, I've got some more videos coming to the bungalow we're converting. My son has put sockets everywhere, and even now he's taking double socket things around and put more sockets on because he's got so much plugged in. It's unbelievable now. Getting back to that, excuse me, what held me back years ago, I didn't have the cash, but I had to lay out the cash. I had to get the gas meter moved, I had to get the fuse box upgraded. It's one of those things that you don't mind spending money on the shed because you can see it, right? You don't mind buying a car, but it's one of those things. I don't know if I'm like everyone else, but I'm a bit like, you got to have your fuse box changed. I had 4 ceramic fuses, and then I had a power shower, electric shower. That's been altered, but forget about that. I had that on there. I had loads of wires going to 1 fuse. It's dangerous. And changing your fuse box is one of those things you've got to pay out for. You don't sort of see any difference. It's just a box on the wall, you know. But once I had that done, right, great. Now I can get the shed down. This was already here. Then you can get your shed. Then you can get your armed cable down here. Then you can get a mate of wire it or electric wire it in. Once you get your electrics, I've always said this, once you get your electrics on the wall, you are laughing. Then you get your sockets in, you get your lights in, then you can start decorating. You don't have to have insulation, it helps. You know, you don't have to have ceiling boards, you don't have it plant, you can do, but once you get your lights in, and your electric and your TVs, you're up and running. You know, that's the cost. I'm a firm believer, once you get your electrics in, you are up and you're laughing. Look, the other bits and bobs, this stuff on the wall, memorabilia, you collect. I've said this before. You go on holiday to wherever you go, Yarmouth, Scotland, you grab yourself a bottle of whiskey, you grab yourself a sign, you grab anything you see, you chat the ladies up in the pub or the girl blokes in the pub, and hello, blah, 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 I've got a little bar down my shed, can I have his beer mats, can I have his beer towels? You grab some pillows, you grab some cushions, you go around your mate's house or your mother-in-law's and they're throwing glasses away, you grab them, you just collect bits and bobs, knickknacks, you know, and then you just start decorating. But the electrics is the one that costs, really. The shed does. Are they a lot of money now, the shed, as basic sheds? I've got a shed next door. It wasn't expensive, a bit small, but that could be a nice little bar. That's going to be my workshop. That's a nice little bar. It needs a bit of strengthening. It's a bit weak because this one's more of a log cabin type thing, but the one next door is a bit weak. But if I was going to use that to a bar, that would be a bar if I wanted to. Put a window in, put a door in. Excuse me, strengthen it up a bit, put some timbers to strengthen it up a bit. Hiya, Baz and mate. I'm on here till 7, bud. I'm off in a minute. Well, I've gone 7. Talking about you all night. So, yeah, get your electrics in. Once your electrics in, Chris, you're laughing. And then you start decorating it. Do you have to insulate it? Not really. It helps. Do you have to have ceiling boards? Not really. Does it have to be plasterboarded? Not really. Depends how far you want to go. So, I've been on here since 5 o'clock, I think. I came on, oh no, hour and a half I've been on for. I was going to go at 7 because I'm off to watch TV in a minute and a few beers. I only came on to talk about mine. So if you've just joined me, feel free to go back later on and watch the whole lot from the beginning. If you fancy, if you have struggle sleeping tonight, if you struggle sleeping tonight, feel free to watch this from the beginning. It will send you off to sleep. Right. Andy Higgins is absolutely right. Do it. Hi, Gould. How you doing, bud? I'm only on for a couple of hours. This is off the cuff. I've not prearranged it. I wanted to come and talk about my hip flasks. I was going to do a little video, but I thought I'll go on live and then I haven't got to upload it then or edit it. It's all done. Joe Murphy, hi John. I'm out at Mo having Sunday beer, football and a curry. Oh, you're lucky. Don't wind us up, mate. That's a good night out on a Sunday. Beers, football and a curry. See you later, Pauline. Thanks for popping along, darling. Always a good, nice to have a chat with you. Joe Murphy's out in a Sunday beer, football and a curry. Is the curry cheaper on a Sunday? Our curry house, I think, does a cheaper curry on a Sunday lunch. He used to. I don't know if he does anymore. But you can't beat a Sunday beer. Bit of football and curry. That's a good night out. Just don't go mad if you got work tomorrow. Hi, Bazza. How you doing? You was mentioned earlier, mate. And I have been following your post, Barry, on private groups, on homebrew groups. Barry was the guy, my brother-in-law Bazza, who was talking about earlier, that done some homebrew. Then he bought a pinter machine. Then he bought a shed. Then he bought a machine. Then he bought a shed. Then he bought more wires and electrics. And now he's got a whole complete system. I'm going around to a video. He doesn't know this yet. I'm going around to a video very, very soon. He was frightened. He didn't want me to go around to watch his first brew. He wanted to get it all up and running. The video filming him set it up would have been the funny video. It would have been all the mistakes and cock-ups. But now he's actually on Facebook groups, I've noticed, giving other people advice. He thinks he's an expert. He's not yet. He thinks he is. But to be fair, he's getting bloody good at it. He seems to know what he's talking about. I don't know how he's learned that much that quick, but he's got a lot of time to do. I think he's reading up on it a lot. And good, God bless him. It's good. He's doing a good job. I've yet to taste it, but in a few weeks' time, I'm going to go around Bazza's with his permission. We're going to go have a lunch. He's going to make us, me and my darling Julia, some sandwiches for some lunch. And we're going to film his little bar. It's not a bar, it's a homebrew setup. And I want to see how it all works. I want him to talk it through. He's got this little grain machine thing. It looks a nuts. It looks a nuts. That's a few weeks' time. No, I'm just saying, Barry, if you don't want to, if you have trouble sleeping, mate, watch this video back. What it was, Barry, I came on to do a video about my hip flask. But I thought I might as well go live and talk about my hip flask. I'll mention it one more time. I got a couple of hip flasks years ago. My mum and dad bought me hip flask my 40th years ago. And then Jill bought me a hip flask. And then I bought that one off eBay the other day. And I knew it was small, but I didn't know it was how small. Six ounces, 1 ounce. Isn't that cute, though? I love that. Excuse the dirty nails. I've been washing the cars. I do like it. I didn't expect it to be that small, but I do like it. I do like it. But that's going to be a talking point for evermore down the pub. I'll keep that in my pocket. Little keepsake. Excuse me. Cough getting better, Barry. Thanks for asking. A lot of books being read, but slowly getting there. Well, you look like you know what you're doing, mate, from what I've seen. I'm going to drink my beer. I'm going in after this pint, actually. I was going to go in at 7. I've got a long walk home. Going down well. I'll repeat myself. If you've just joined me, I'm off in a minute after that pint. I've got a bungalow video coming soon. And if I want to pay for the all grain kit, we'll do it. No, bloody cheek. I'm going to laugh, aren't he? Bloody cheek. You'll be lucky to get the publicity, mate. I could give you a cut out of the earnings, what we make on the video, which will be subtle. Coming soon is a bungalow video. You'll be very, very, very surprised. So keep your eyes for that. Eye out for that. It'll be Monday evening, Tuesday evening. Something you look forward to. And then you've got the videos from this place coming up. New York, Washington, and Philadelphia. Videos coming up. And then you might have a video from Barry if he lets me around there. being a bit. I think Barry's been a bit, you know. I think he's above us now. He's now doing his home. I think his homebrew. When they start doing the grain, right? You got your beer machine people like us. Then you got your homebrew people, which I've done. When they do the grain, I think they start getting a little bit. It's them and us situation. Do you know what I mean? You know. Yes, mate. NFFFC, how you doing, bud? Repeat myself now. I'm off in a minute. I'm fine, bud. Just getting me this poxy cold and cough. I don't want to go on about it because I sound like I'm whinging all the time. Yeah, I've noticed Barry's been a little bit. I'm like all grain. You know, I'm making all grain. Sorry, mate. No notification. I've done a quick. I've been on for 1 hour 36 minutes, and I'm going up. I keep repeating myself when new people turn up. I do apologise. It wasn't a proper live. It is not a proper live. Ignore me. I'm not here. When I do a proper live, I'll do a proper notification. A proper notification. This is just a pop on. Do a video about my flasks, my hip flasks. But by the time I film myself and then I edit it and upload it, I thought, you know what, sod it. I'm going to go down the bar on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. I've worked hard today. I've washed 2 cars. Love Island. No, I want to go and watch Vera. Brilliant. When you get to my age, you start watching I'll let you take half home. Barry, last time I drank your beer, mate, ended up with bloody gout. What do you think of that Sammy Bird? She's a catch, but hard to get. Oh, you mate, I want to watch it. I'll watch it later. I sort of keep up with it, but I don't admit to it. Problem is, why is all that? Why is it on HD? That's the what. You know what? I could watch it if it was in HD. That's my nut. You got to watch it on that bloody ITVX thing, I think, to watch it in HD later time. Why don't they? My video's in HD. Every YouTuber's in HD or 4K. They put this shit out. I can't. You know, I don't believe it. This video was about hip flasks, not Love Island. It was about, but I thought I'll go live for a couple of hours. I'll have a couple of beers. I'm on the Stella Unfiltered. Stella Unfiltered. My bud turned up, the one that got stolen or disappeared. That's turned up now. I've got that now. So that's on next. Then I've been told off by someone tonight. I'm not going to get another one of these. I'm going to get a beer in a bag, I think. Run it for the pump. Clean the pump out. Do that. Barry, could we put your homebrewed beer, your super duper grain beer, in a beer in a bag? You can buy those beer in a bag things, you know. I'll have a look on the internet. You could transfer your beer into a beer in a bag. That's an idea. And I can run it through my pump. Hey, happy days. I'll give you a £5. It's a winner. It's a win-win situation. You can buy the beer in a bag with things to fill up. I just had a bloody brainwave. I'll drink to that. But have you got one now, Bazza? How are you doing? How many bling beers you doing? You can only do so many. You'll go around Bazza's soon. You'll have a full-blown bloody whiskey and bloody gin fucking thing going on in the garden, I think. My sister will be doing a nut. By the way, Bazza's my brother-in-law, people. So, hi, Dom. People keep popping in. I keep explaining it myself. But I'm off in a minute. I feel a bit bad. One day I'll do a live properly. We'll have a proper. Yes. This is. If you bought this today, I must admit this cost a few quid. I keep knocking it and putting it down. But if you bought this shed thing today, because it was like I say it's a log cabin. It was a. It's not a shed as such. It's like the outside is like a half a log type thing. But it was quite. I mean, if you bought this now, it'd be a few quid. It was a grand odd years ago, I think. I can't remember. We found a paperwork the other day. But if you bought this today, this would be quite a few quid because it's quite solid. It's not such a shed, more of a shed. It's more of like a summer house type. I don't know what this was meant to be, actually. But yeah, we're just talking because who was asking? Someone King. I just got my tape measure out just now, funny enough. Was it Chris Martin? Yeah, Chris Martin further up was asking about the size. Excuse me. I think we said it's 4 meters by 3 meters or something. The reason I did it this way because there's a tree next door, my tree. We left that tree because when we moved in, there's land at the back of us. Then they built houses which overlooked us, so we left the tree there. No, this is not made from bricks and mortar. But that's the other option, bricks and mortar. I've done a bit of building work in the past, but timber, I mean, if I was going to do, I think I'd build my own. If I was going to do it again, I've said this so many times before, if I was going to do it again, I'd probably get a load of timber delivered. Yeah, I'll probably get a load of timber delivered what size I want then, and what shape you want then. Because I probably, if I had a bit more space in my garden, I'd probably draw it out and build the shape myself, maybe have a toilet area or a shed area. I've been around people's houses where they have like a shed at the back, so you go through the barn, there's a door where you can store your tools and garden equipment, or something that have a door on the side. You can't just go to the shop and buy something like that. It's either square, rectangle, or triangular. But if you built your own, you can build your own shape, can't you? So if I did it again with a slightly different garden, I mean, I'd probably go with this sort of shape, but if I had a different size garden, I mean, my mate Graham, if you watch that video, he's extended his, but I'd probably build it again with maybe like a door that went through for another building for your tools and stuff like that. You know, that's what I'd probably do. Get the timber delivered. You got to lay out the money, but get yourself a decent, if you've got a decent drill, one drill set drilling an old pilot holes, one drill set ram the screws in. You know, 20 quid's worth, 50 quid's worth of screws, jump, timbers, roof on. But what roof you want on, can't you? OSB. I'll probably put the DPM, is it the plastic stuff they put on nowadays, the rubber stuff they put on nowadays? I probably wouldn't bother with felt. I'll probably put that straight on the sheet of that over the top. Right, let's go back for some comments. I'm off in a minute finishing this beer. Sorry for those that have just turned up. I promise I will do a proper live with proper notification next time. Might even do one Friday. You watch this video back, excuse me. Watch the video back. Saturday we're out around Graham's. He's doing a charity function for his hotel for Havens Hospice Cancer Research that looked after his wife because his wife passed away the other year of cancer. Graham's a mate of mine who does a lot for charity now. So we've got that on the Saturday. So maybe Friday I'll stop in Saturday. I'll stop in on the Friday, have a quiet one. So I might do a Friday night live and behave myself. And then I'll be out Saturday night. And then I'm away for a bit. So probably do that. Yeah, I'll probably be NFFC ***. John, that video where you were doing the measurements of the bikes, it was very, yeah, because someone actually privately messaged me or messaged me on YouTube and they said, can you do it? So I thought, I've got so many videos up now, so I thought, go back to the beginning and measure it up because these old videos get hidden away. So it's not bricks and mortar, this is wood in 2R. You've got to do it in 2R to do with the panels, they've built it up and as someone just said, I think someone said Tim is versatile. Yeah, Johnny H. You are right. I mean, if I bought this again, maybe I wouldn't go for the log cabin one. Maybe I'd go for the shed. And maybe, like you say, later on, you can knock a hole out and build a shed on the side of it. You know, you can add bits on, can't you? Easy. Wood's a great medium to work with. Right, I've got to pay for my own beer around Barry's, apparently. Andy Higgins, royalties for the idea, please. Well, Andy Higgins gave me the idea of getting beer in a bag. He didn't give me the idea. It was your fault. I told my sister when Barry got his machine, someone else posted, there was pipes everywhere. It looks the nuts, Barry. It looks the nuts. It does look the nuts. How is it working out, Barry? Is it all right down there? Temperature control and all that? What Barry's got to do now, he's got to get a heater down that little shed where his beer is. He's got to get a little work. I think he's got a workshop down there. What Baz has got to do now, he's got to get a bar stool down there. Votes, please, everybody. Barry Beasley has got to get a bar stool down his little homebrew shed. And he's got to sit in there with a laptop or computer or phone watching us on live instead of sitting indoors in the kitchen with my sister nagging him. You got to have your own little space, Bazza. Mind you, he probably spends all bleeding day down there as it is. Don't neglect my sister, mate, otherwise there'll be trouble. I'm going to drink that off, people. Sorry if you didn't get notification. It was... When you go live, normally if you've got notification switch on it, normally comes up that is Johnny Boy's live. But if it hasn't this time around, sorry about that. It was an ad hoc, off-the-cuff, quickie. I'm going indoors to watch a bit of telly. As I said, I came in to show people my little whiskey. Yeah, Barry, top that, mate. I love that. It's so cute. Like I never paid too much for it. Don't tell Jill. Bloody hell, sure that. That wasn't that, dear. I would have been gutted. I made an offer for it. It was up for 15. I offered him 10 and he took it on eBay. Imagine if you paid more for it and that comes through. I would have done my bleeding nut, I think. But I bought it because it's engraved Glenfiddich and all that. It's quite nice. Might put a little... God, it stinks. Don't drink out of that, do you? Thank you for watching, people. There's 10 people. It's been about 10, 15 people tonight. This was quite nice. Had a little chat. Timmy's verse off it to extending mine this summer. I can't... I mean, what a project. If I had space, I would. Build the frame on the outside. What a project. Tim, a little base, bit of timber. What they do in the old days, we were talking about this the other day, right? What they do in the old days. Once you've got a couple of, like, I love me DeWalt stuff. My boy loves Makita. My other son's into this Milwaukee stuff, but so for some reason I'm DeWalt, is Makita, is Milwaukee. But I love, forget about that, I'm going off subject. You know, I've got a couple now. I get the once you got your batteries, you get the bare bones units, didn't you? So you have one with a pilot drill, one with your screwdriver thing in there, don't you? But pilot, screw, bang, bang. Get the timber delivered, cut it to length for the old saw. Get yourself a cheap Titan saw from Screwfix in the UK. Bang, bang, cut it to length. No time at all. Got yourself an extension. Brilliant. Bit of cladding, bit of paint, done. Bit of insulation, whatever, board it out. Bit of loft board. Mine's all loft boards. Mine they've got up in price now. I'm not having any more. Got a few beers tonight. Too bloody handy, isn't it? I'm going to have a little rest indoors, put my feet up, go to the toilet. It's I quite enjoyed it tonight. Come out with a little bit of a off the cuff one. Got a heater, all beers temperature controlled. Oh, very nice, mate. Very nice. Have you got lighting down there? Proper lighting. Are you on Alexa down there yet? Like me. I reckon Barry soon, his homebrew, he's gone through the back door without being rude. His homebrew shed is going to become a little bar. That's what's going to happen because I've seen photographs of it. Before I shoot off, feel free to pop on to, if you hunt for that page, feel free to pop on. It's not the most, like I said, not loads don't happen. Been dead all day today. I thought you would. I bet your wife, Barry, says, well, at least you got to have your own little hobby, mate, haven't you? And it keeps you out of trouble, keeps you busy. It's the best thing you've ever done, mate. Best thing you've ever done. As long as you do your house chores as well. Do the washing up, bit of cooking. See you later, love. Also, what happens is women, they go out shopping. You don't go out shopping, like, okay, down it, go for it. You do your own thing, can't you? Everything in moderation, that's what I say. Right, happy weekend, people. It's Sunday. If you've got work tomorrow, unlucky for some of us. If you haven't and you're retired, you lucky bastards. I said I was going to be on from 5-ish till 7. It's gone 7. 7:30. That'll do me. Popping into the toilet now. And I'm not coming back. I'm going to have a little chat to the missus, pint of water, chill out. Thanks for popping on. It's been a lovely little chat with people. And I've sat on a different side today so you can see a different area of my little bar. I have done in the past, I'm plugged in the internet at the moment, I have done in the past connected the laptop to the Wi-Fi and the battery's charged. I wandered around the garden. So what I'll do in a couple of weeks, we'll do a live. I'm going to try that on Wi-Fi And I'll show you the lights around the garden if you've not already seen them before. They're quite pretty when they're all lit up, all on Alexa. So I'm going to say, what should we do? So I might say, Alexa, turn off strip light. Okay, that went well. Alexa, turn off strip light.
Okay.
I want to say, like, Alexa, turn off bar.
Okay.
Oh, you can still see me. Oh, that's because the laptop's lit up. Well, that's romantic. Right. And I'll tell you what, before I go, excuse me, if you watch my video about those little trees, honestly, they are the nuts. You know those trees, the fake trees I bought? And I'm telling you this, Barry, as well, because you're into gardening. Those 2 fake trees I bought, they still look awesome. I've got one either side of my bar. And you know the lights I bought? If you watch that video, the LED lights I bought, the solar powered ones, I've been serious, since I bought them, which is a couple of months back now, they go through the night. Winter they went a bit dim, but they're on there now, and they'll light up through the night till the next day with just pure solar power. Absolutely brilliant. I love them. Right, so the fake trees, the lights, those lights are better than you think. I'm going to say good night now, people. I'm off to watch a little bit of TV, a couple of pints of water, ready for work in the morning. Thank you for joining me. I might do a little live Friday. And if I do, I'll put a notification on YouTube, or I think you could do a little notification on YouTube and Facebook and let you all know. We'll come out and have a couple of beers Friday, I think, quite one, because I'm out Saturday. Thanks for popping on. Have a good one. Have a good week. See you later. End the broadcast.